Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trojan Trick for tonight's Varsity Volleyball action. As the Triton Trojans will host the Plymouth Lemler. This time, please rise, face the flag, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats, as we will honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight is our takeout night where we honor cancer survivors. As the girls' names are called, we're going to grab the carnations and pass them out. At this time, I'd like to introduce our teams. First, the Lady Pilgrims. Non-starters available for substitution. Number 1, Mila Kramer. Number 3, Taya Wagner. Number 6, Emma Winkle. Number 9, Marley Christie. Number 11, Sophie Miller. And number 17, Carissa Hall. And now, the starters for Plymouth. Number 2, Paige Feet. Number 5, Jaden Barrett. Number 7, Chloe Holton. Number 8, Taylor Dill. Number 10, Maddie Big. The speaking captain wearing number 16, Claire Steve. And the libero, number 20, Ellie Jones. Plymouth's head coach is John Hutton. He's assisted by Jenny Sheedy. And the JV coach is Shauna Fagan. Their managers are Emma Jackson and Jean Mitchley. Now, let's meet your big blue clan. Available for substitution. Number 1, Warren Snyder. Number 3, Maya Davis. Number 5, Jolie Groves. Number 12, Taylor Lind. Number 18, Justice Keininger. Number 21, Anna Snyder. Starting tonight for the Lady Trojans, number 4, Karen Yates. The libero wearing number 6, Atkins. Number 8, Macy Inslee. Number 9, Addison Beard. Number 10, Morgan Feldman. Triton speaking captain, number 17, Madeline Dahl. And number 25, Lena Dahl. Triton's head coach is Derek Evelyn. He's assisted by Tony Floppo. And the JV coach is Jamie Baker. Have fun, ladies.
Immediately following the match tonight, we get both teams together for one big picture in the middle, and we want to give a nice big shout out to Jenny Huyen and Aubrey Ford for their sponsorship.
All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Big Blue Slam Volleyball. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as we welcome in our neighboring school, the Plymouth Lady Pilgrims, into the Trojan Trench tonight here for Pink Out Night at the Trench. As both teams come in, similar records for both of them. Triton coming off a loss last night against Pioneer and see if they can try to end that 4-game skid from the starting with the tournament from Saturday. 5-1 in the conference for Triton as they lost to Pioneer, and Pioneer has the full lead right now in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. For Plymouth, 16-6 on the season coming in here for John Hutton and his crew, 3-2 in the Northern Lakes Conference. So we get things underway along the front line for Triton. You're going to have Madeline and Lena Dahl, Morgan Feldman in the front row, with Taryn Yates, Addison Veers, and Kinsey Atkins rounding out the crew out there for the Big Blue Slam. In the back row now for Plymouth, you're going to have the libero wearing number 20, Ellie Jones, alongside Madison Figg. And I do believe that's number 8, Taylor Delp. And the rest along the front line, you're going to have Paige Feast, Jaden Barron, and number 7, Chloe Holton. Jones now to serve it away as the Pilgrims get this one underway here at the Trojan Trench. Atkins answers. Dahl sets up Lena Dahl. She'll tip it across, and it drops just past. A nice play there by Jones. Strong hit. Kinsey Atkins with the dig. And it all goes back row. Too strong. Excuse me, Claire Sheedy, the speaking captain, the other one along the front line for the Pilgrims as they strike first here in this opening set. Yates alive. Madeline Dahl can't quite get there. And Plymouth opening up with a 2-point swing. May I turn you up yet? Are you ready to talk? Are you good? Well, I fear if you had anything to say, we might as well have your mic up. Jones to go again for a third straight serve to start the match. It's Atkins there to answer. Morgan Feldman winds up, swings through the block. Fig answer in the back row. Strong swing coming from the back row there of Delp. Feldman rolls it across. Here comes a big swing there from Chloe Holton. One of 3 seniors. Nice swing there. Saw her in warm-ups. Very talented, very good with her approach. As Plymouth moves the ball really well and really communicates well on their side. Atkins has to adjust. Madeline Dahl dumps it across, and Triton's on the board. And that'll send Madeline, the ace Dahl, back to serve it away. Coming in with 44, leading the team as of before last night. And couldn't quite clear it there. Broadcaster's curse.
I didn't say anything.
I did. It's my fault. Al Michaels did it the other night. I guess I might as well follow suit. Is Don going to give us a point? That should be 2. Or is my count wrong?
I think there we go.
Okay, there we go. Just making sure. I was afraid Andy Math was taking over again. Lindahl now to serve. Strong serve to the back row. Jones there to answer. Fig swings through, kill shot. That'll send Holton back to serve it away. As Macy Hensley joined on that last substitution on the front line for the Big Blue Slam. Addison Veers sets it across, and that drops in on that far sideline. And Triton back on the board. Jolie Groves will now check in. She's kind of been that catalyst. When Triton's gone on a run, she was used by the hand of her when she's been serving. Jones will answer up close to the net. Addison Veers is there to block it across. Groves to go again, second straight serve, a chance to tie it up. Big swing for Fig, and Triton can't recover. Set up well there from Claire Sheedy, the speaking captain for the Pilgrims as they take a 2-point lead as she'll go back to serve. Veers answers. She'll set it, she'll tip it across. Fig winds up, swings through, kill shot. Plymouth flexing their muscles here in this opening set. Of course, it was a tight contest there in the JV matchup earlier where Plymouth won in 2 sets by a score of 25-20 and 25-23. That second set was a nail-biter. Sheedy to go again. Back row, Jolie Groves answers. That set goes across. Fig had to adjust, and Jones will bump it across. Kenzie Atkins with the nice dig. Veers winds up, tips it across. Sheedy with the nice heads-up play there. Swing through, and another kill shot there for them as Jaden Barron gets that one across. We didn't wear pink tonight, though. I didn't know it was pink out.
I didn't either. I looked at that pink shirt you gave me last year this morning, though.
Mine don't fit. May or may not have shrunk, or I may have got bigger, which I don't know how that happens. I'm losing that way. Blocked up front by Veers.
I don't think I've worn it since last year.
Wore it a couple times. I think I gave it to Michelle because it fits her better. I think she did that on purpose.
Oh, it's comfortable. It just, not my color.
And not mine either. Fig swings through. Plymouth right back on the block, right back on the board. As Feast now will check in, she'll go up along the front row. As Fig goes back to serve. Yates winds up, sets it across. Nice heads-up play by Feast to keep it alive. Yates swings it through. And Kinsey Atkins back to serve it away. Nice jump serve from her, goes here to the near side corner. That one close to the net. I think we're going to get a net violation on Plymouth, our first of the night. Draws the Trojans within 2. Kinsey Atkins' second straight serve here coming up. Goes middle back row to Fig. Sheedy brings it back in. And we're going to get another back-to-back crossing on the net. Atkins to go again, down by 1. Sheedy sets up Feast, blocked up front, but goes out of bounds. And Plymouth hits that double-digit mark. It's back to serve now is Delp. Line drive shot back to Groves in the back row. Dahl tips it across. Fig swings through from beyond the attack line. Atkins there to answer. Lena Dahl now tips it across. Delp keeps it alive. Sheedy dumps it across, and Jolie Groves couldn't quite get there as they found an empty spot in the zone and dropped it right in front of her. Delp to go again. That one goes into the net. Jones will check in, and Feldman now will check in for Groves. As Taryn Yates goes back to serve. It's customary, she'll go and start her spot back there along the wall. She'll step into a strong strike as she does there. That hit by Feast goes out of bounds. Triton hits double digits. Down by 1. Yates looking for the equalizer. Back row, Joes answers. Goes clear to the net. She tries to play it away from it. Nice heads-up play there by Holton. And Kinsey Atkins couldn't quite get it over, and that's going to be 4 hits. And Jones, as they've gone full circle, she'll go back to serve with a 2-point lead. Lena Dahl now takes it, sets it up, kill shot, Lena Dahl. Set up well, she had to track it down out of bounds and came right back in and set a strike there. Right in front of that back row, found an empty spot. She planted it. Madeline Dahl now to go again. Swings back. Sheedy sets up. Blocked up front. Triton ties it up at 12. That was a strong hit by Holton. Good block up front there by Triton to knot it up at 12. Dahl to go again. Tries to catch him off guard. Jones answers. Sheedy sets up Delp. Fears winds up, swings through. Jones answers up to the I-beam. Fig now swings beyond the attack line. Out of bounds. Plymouth won that, thinking that one was in. Looked, it was close. May have just been beyond that line, just a fuzz. Couldn't quite tell from here. Dahl again. Took their first lead of the match. That one goes in. Holton couldn't quite clear the net. And Madeline Dahl, as Triton's going on a run here, and a timeout for Plymouth. We said it's pink out night here tonight.
You want to talk or run commercial?
Yeah, run a commercial.
Okay.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
So timeout resumes here. We'll see what Coach Hutton's Lady Pilgrims do to adjust here as Triton's gone on a run, down by 1. Went on a 3-0 run here to jump up by 2. Madeline Dahl to go again. Delp answers. Sheedy sets up Feast, blocks through, it's not strong enough. And Plymouth back on the board. Carissa Hall now checking in, number 17. She'll go back to serve. Strong serve to the back rows. Kinsey Atkins there to answer. Lena Dahl tracks it in, backing out from out of bounds. Yates rolls it across. Sheedy sets up Fig, swings through, kills it. Plymouth moving the court extremely well, knotting it up there at 14. Saw a nice approach from out of bounds coming into Fig, but a good setup by Sheedy as the senior showing off her leadership along the front line, really setting up her teammates well. Atkins on the return. Dahl now setting up. Addison Veer's approach, swings in the block. Coach even wants a tip. It looked like it might have went off the top of the net. It looks like they might have touched it. Even, see, one in the tip. It looked like it went off the top of the net from here. Point will belong to Plymouth as they'll take the lead by 1. That one goes out of bounds, and Triton back up 15. 15 all. Clean it all now, back to serve. She'll roll across, but tries to pull him out of bounds. Couldn't quite push it where she wanted it. Kenzie Atkins will check back in. As Holton now back to serve. Morgan Feldman keeps it alive. Addison Veers, the approach, tips it across. Sheedy sets up Fig, kills it. As they increase their lead by 2. As Holton goes back to serve it again. Addison Veers, the approach, tips it across. Jones couldn't quite get it there. Triton not going away here in this opening set as Jolie Groves checking in. Delp comes in and swings it through. Rotated well. Excuse me, that return hit was Emma Winkle. She was in the back row. She'll take that far side corner as Sheedy now goes back to serve. Macy Hensley along the front line with Dahl and Taryn Yates. Dahl plays away from the net. Yates couldn't quite connect. And the Pilgrims increase their lead by 3 as Sheedy goes back to serve again. Strong serve. Groves keeps it alive. Addison Veers brings it back in. Macy Hensley gets it across. Sheedy tips it up. Nice play there for Delp, and that one goes out of bounds. They hit the 20-point mark. Plymouth now 5 points away. And a timeout for Coach Evelyn.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
So we'll see what Coach Stevens, he's directing his crew on the floor. Sheedy goes back to serve. And we're going to lose every second here. That one just graces the net and an ace for Plymouth. Back row to Crows. Madeline Dahl sets up Addison Veers, who sets it across, trying to work away from the block as Fig swings through. That one out of bounds. And Addison Veers now back to serve. A couple aces on the night on last night's match. This will be the third night in a row these girls have played.
Yeah.
Mishawaka on Monday. Pioneer last night as Delp swings through. as they're now 3 points away. As Feast will check in for Emma Winkle as Fig goes back to serve. Oh. Unfortunately, she's served that one right in the back of Barron's head there. It's Kenzie Atkins jump serve coming up here. Jones in the back row. Sheedy setting up. Barron gets it across. Lindahl, nice adjustment. Fig rotates around. Sheedy now. Here comes Feast. Swings it through. Kenzie Atkins there to answer. Madeline Dahl dumps it across. Sheedy does the same thing. Kenzie Atkins couldn't quite keep it alive. Both teams running extremely well, but that was a good heads-up play by Sheedy to go to that back corner and really pull Kenzie Atkins away from her position. Delp now to serve. Atkins a little strong on the return and an ace. Third one by my count here in this opening set as they're now set point for the visiting Pilgrims. Delp again, couldn't quite clear. Triton still alive. Here's Jones will rotate in. Morgan Feldman now checking in for Groves as Yates back to serve. That one's just across. Feldman keeps it alive. Kenzie Atkins back across. Fig answers. Sheedy sets up Holton. Back row. Yates there to answer. Lena Dahl back through the block. Lena Dahl made some nice plays here in this opening set as Triton now crossing the 20-point mark.
Oh, forgot to put the scoreboard back up.
Oh. Yates with a laser shot back into the back row. Sheedy sets up Fig. Swings beyond the attack line. That one goes to the net. Triton still around, hanging around.
A lot closer than I figured.
You know, watching warm-ups, this Plymouth team is really strong. They've faced some serious opponents over there in the Northern Lakes Conference. Triton's got their work cut out for them here as Feast gets it across. Fierce setting up. Madeline Dahl tips it across, blocked up there by Holton, and that'll do it for the first set as Plymouth takes it 25-21. We'll be back for the second set right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
and the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
we play.
Everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
High school sports teach important life lessons, like the best offense is a good defense.
If that's true, then we can win this battle against the pandemic by defending ourselves and each other from COVID-19. So let's wash our hands, always wear a mask, get a flu shot, and practice social distancing.
We'll not only be protecting ourselves, we'll also be protecting our teammates and friends, our moms and dads, our grandmas and grandpas.
Let's play tough defense, and we'll win this battle. I'm Sandra Walter.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're Assistant Commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Thank you for supporting the high schools in your community.
This is respect. This is cooperation. This is individual responsibility. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
So as we get ready to prepare for this second set between these two Marshall County opponents, I'm Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Ryan Lemler, and Terry has a tutu on. Or Tony has a tutu on, excuse me.
People want to see that, I guess.
I am impressed. I hope there's not a matching one. Danny's got one at home, I think. It's Tony, I don't know why I said Terry, but Tony's got a Coach Tony dressing up down there. And here you were all worried. I thought we were good because he wore blue on the way as he got in here tonight. And now he's outdone us.
He was in disguise.
I think he was prepping for that one. So Madeline Dahl now to send it away. Second set now, ready to go. Sheedy sets a Holton, she got it across. Madeline Dahl, Veers winds up, kills it to the far corner. Triton opens up the lead here in this second set. Feast, Holton, Sheedy the front row for Plymouth with Fig, Delp, and Jones in the back row. Addison Veers, Lena Dahl, Morgan Philbin in the front line with Yates, Atkins, and Madeline Dahl on the back line for Triton. Fig had to dig that one up off the floor. Veers again, back-to-back kill shots for Addison Veers.
I think if we take one tonight, it'll be this set.
I'll tell you, this Plymouth team's extremely good. Dahl rolls it across on the serve. Almost a miscue there by Plymouth on that attack line. Veers again, blocked up front by Holton. And Plymouth's on the board. As Christie now will check in. She'll start him out. She'll go back to serve. Yates answers. Dahl setting up Addison Veers. Approach, swings through the block. She cracked the wall there. And Triton takes that lead back by 2 as Maya Davis now checking in. As Winkle will check in for Christie. Lena Dahl goes back road. Jones has to backpedal a little bit. Sheedy tries to catch the defense off guard. Madeline Dahl goes back row. Both teams trying to space the floor. Nice job of staying with it on the block. Holton winds up. Here comes Fig and catches them off. They disguised it well. And she really opened up Fig to pull the defense in. And Plymouth back on the board. Holton now. Couldn't quite keep the run going. So that serve goes in the net as Jolie Groves now back to serve. It's one of 6 Triton seniors. All tonight playing their last regular season home game. Of course, sectionals will be here at the Trench. Not too far away.
The draw is Sunday.
Good effort there by Winkle. Just couldn't quite get to clear as she hit the hardwood pretty hard, but she bounced right back out. Toughness there by that young lady. Like it. Groves back across. Sheedy. Jones couldn't quite bring it back into play.
State tourney draw is Sunday at 7 p.m. for volleyball on the IHSATV.org or .com. I don't remember which it is.
That's one or the other. Google it. Fig swings through but couldn't quite clear the net. As Coach Hutton will take a timeout to see if he can stop the bleeding as Triton leads by 5 here in this second set.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
So we'll see what happens here following the timeout. It's the student section now starting to get fired up. As Plymouth's JV squad.
Is there cheerleaders?
Is there cheerleaders tonight? The student section, as we said all year, that all Triton High School students free to get into any home games, minus tournaments and postseason play. Is out hit, and as Fig found an open spot in this near side corner.
Any Triton student or staff any Triton student and staff member that wears their Triton Gives Back or Cameron Fairchild shirt Friday night gets into the football game for free.
All right. Sheedy goes across from the serve. Dahl fears, winds up and cracks the wall again as she swings through the block.
And every student in the school corporation gets its Triton Gives Back shirt Friday when they have that Gives Back data.
All right. Sheedy. Delp kills it. Answers right back. Nice approach set up by Sheedy. She had a nice approach and went right to that back row. Triton couldn't do much, but couldn't quite find a way to answer on that one. As Kramer now will check in. She'll go back to serve with Feast. Also checking in, she'll take her spot along the front line with Barron and Delp. The lefty swings through, Groves adjusts. Asseveres brings it back in. Madeline Dahl couldn't quite clear. Plymouth looks to go on a run here. Sounds like we got a busy day Friday over here. At least so I've heard. As that one just clears the top of the net and caught Triton off guard.
It's senior night. I think that starts at maybe 10 till 7.
I know they'll have an announcement for they'll announce the prize winners for the football team fundraiser there also. As Fig now will check and go to the back rows. Kinsey Atkins looks to serve. A 3-point lead. Atkins goes here to the near side corner. Dahl to answer. Fig couldn't quite get the position she wanted, and Triton hits double digits. Atkins strong serve the back row. She had to make, Fig had to readjust, but Sheedy catches the defense off guard and dumps that one right there at the attack line, right in the middle of the defensive coverage there. Oh, that's a football term. I think I used the wrong thing. Oh well. Dell back across. Sheedy, Holton. Triton couldn't quite answer back. They draw within 2.
I did go to Pioneer last night and recorded both games, but I got some editing to do on them. They played some music.
Gotcha. We were a little busy to her household last night. Sheedy sets a Barron who Triton couldn't quite keep it alive. 1 point ball game. Atkins reaches up and stabs it. Lena Dahl couldn't quite clear it as we're knotted up at 10.
Didn't capitalize on that lead we had.
Hey, Plymouth, like I said, they're strong now. This one here, Triton strong too. This group has really went through a learning curve this year. As these players have really adjusted well. They've been in some tight moments. Sheedy rolls it across. Dahl back up. Yates tips it across. Barron couldn't quite send it back. And she'll go to the back row with Jones and Fig. Sheedy, Feast, and Holton the front line for the Pilgrims. With Madeline and Lena Dahl on the front line, Morgan Feldman, Kinsey Atkins, Addison Veers and Taryn Yates in the back row for the Big Blue Slam. Addison Veers plays away from the net. Lena Dahl swings through. Fig had to adjust and keeps it alive. Sheedy sets up Feast, swings through, blocked up front. Barron back in, couldn't quite clear the net. The Trojans flexes their muscles to go on a 2-point swing. Strong serve by Yates. That hits the back row. That one right on the line. Yates goes again, goes back. Jones adjusted. Sheedy sets up Holt and swings through and just inside that sideline. Nice placement there. So we got a battle here in the early goings of this set. We're nearing the halfway point. I guess we're at the halfway point. Jones couldn't quite clear as Plymouth giving up some easy points here. Or giving up points here in this second set, not easy points. As Snyder must have missed her checking in. As she'll check in, as Lauren will come out and Addison Veers back in with Madeline Dahl back to serve. Dahl just clears the net for a second ace.
I always wonder, is that intentional?
Hey, you know, if you're accurate enough, I would do it. Hey, it works for both teams tonight. Both teams did that here tonight. Dawes pushes them back. Addison Veers answers back as Triton pushes their lead up to 5. Dahl goes again. Jones answers on another ace for Madeline Dahl. Leading the way this season. Sheedy sets up Feast, tips it across. Feldman there to knock it back across. Triton staying alive here. Lean it all, back row. Fig, low hit, but Sheedy pulls it back up. Delp now back across, blocked by Veers. But a heads up play by Delp. Fig now, too strong. That was a heck of a play by Plymouth. Delp had to bring that one. She stabbed that thing alive. I mean, that ball was dead. And another miraculous play, keeps it alive. 7-point ball game. Triton out in front. As Dahl now goes here at the corner, drops it just inside. Wow. There wasn't much room. If you want to paint the corners. Guess that's use a baseball term there. She had to paint a spot there, and she dropped it right inside that back corner. And that one couldn't quite clear as the run will stop there. It's Plymouth. Look to battle back as Christie goes back to serve. Yates couldn't quite get that one, an ace for Plymouth. As the freshman comes in and gets an ace on that serve. She'll look to answer again here. That one inside that corner, and back-to-back aces for the freshman. Counted 5 for Plymouth here tonight, and Coach Evelyn's going to take a timeout so they can regroup as that sizable lead now down to 5. We'll be right back after the timeout here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back as Christie goes back to serve. Drops it across. Yates answers. Holton swings through. Allendale adjusts. Yates bumps it across to the other side here as Atkins rolls it across. Fig. Kinsey Atkins keeps it alive. That one, they had to play that one weird as it went up off of the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard to judge as that lead now down to 4 with Christie coming in 2 aces as the team's gone on a 4-0 run here. Yates to Dahl. Kinsey Atkins calls it, hits it across. And they want a double hit, no call. Addison Veers drops it in.
Made it to 21st.
They even wanted a double hit call there. It's Maya Davis, now the freshman, going along the front line. As Winkle comes in here in this near side corners where she'll check in. As Lena Dahl goes back row to Jones. Sheedy pulls it up off the floor. Fig goes back row. Yates there to answer. Dahl now to Maya Davis. The freshman goes in the block, not strong enough. I like our student section. Lena Dahl goes back row. Delp keeps it in play. Jones now over to Fig. Winds up, swings through. That one looked long from here, but it was a laser. Nice approach, just couldn't quite keep it in play. And a timeout for Coach Hutton and the Pilgrims.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, Lena Dahl back to go again. So they've looked good here in this second set. As Lena Dahl goes back. Blocked up front by Veers, and that one goes, but it's going to be tipped. And Holton goes back to serve now, trailing by 6. Atkins, Madeline setting up Addison Veers. She'll tip it through the block. Maya Davis drops it in. Nice play from the freshman. And she'll put a couple points on the board here in this second set as Jolie Groves goes back. And there's an ace for Jolie Groves as Triton now. Set point coming up. It's been a tough battle in these opening 2 sets between these 2 Marshall County opponents. Groves the chance. Winkle keeps it alive. Fig now swings through. Kinsey Atkins keeps it alive. Dahl. Yates disguises it. Drops it, but a nice play there from Winkle. Fears trying to stop it. Kill shot. Second set belongs to Triton. 25-16. As there's going to be no brooms tonight in Bourbon, we're going to see at least 4 sets. Attention Triton Trojan fans, it's time for the Triton Football Fundraiser. Money goes towards the Triton football team to help fund team dinners, uniforms, and much more. Raffle tickets are on sale here in the month of September. They are $5 each or $20 for 5 tickets. Find a player or manager to have a chance at these great prizes, as winners will be announced on senior night at the October 1st home game. Prizes to include a $100 gift card from Cornerstone at Cedar from Jim and Misha Conley. A $200 gift card from Ruoff Mortgage Senior Loan Officer Whitney Swanson, 2 $75 meat packages from Shively Freezer Beef, Tim and Lori Shively. Happy cows, taste better. $25 gift card from Robin's Nest. She will also be donating a plaque to the football player and manager who sells the most tickets. Thank you, Robin. A $25 gift card from the Standard. 2 packages from Subway and Bourbon Street Pizza. A Riker and Net package. A $50 gift card from Journey's Inn from Natalie Brookins and Mike Kuntz. A $50 gift certificate from Arbonne from Kelly Westaver. And 4 2-hour shifts from the football players. If you need your garage cleaned, yard work, etc., we see these guys showcase on how hard they work on Friday nights. This is your chance to win them to be your helpers for a 2-hour shift. Thank you again to all those who donated and your continued support of Triton Trojans football.
More than ever before, the success of this school year depends on teamwork.
And that means all of us, students, parents, teachers, school administrators, and people like you. We've got to be all in, go all out, do all we can all year long to make sure high school students in our communities have a great year.
And that includes following virus protocols and getting a flu shot. Let's trust each other, believe in each other, and get it done. I'm Chris Kaufman, Assistant Commissioner of the IHSAA.
And I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Thank you for supporting the high schools in our communities.
This is cooperation. This is collaboration. This is unity. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
So both teams knotted up a set apiece as this third set gets ready to get underway. It's pink out here. It's pink out night here in the Trojan Trench. Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as the final home regular season game is tonight. So Trojans welcome in Marshall County neighbor, the Plymouth Lady Pilgrims, as they come in with that 16-6 record. Triton 17-7 coming into this one. 5-1 in the conference. They'll have another matchup next week as Orion's working on the schedule. As Jones, Delp, and Fig the back row for the Pilgrims with Sheedy, Holton, and Feast along the front line. Madeline Lenadal along the front line with Morgan Feldman, Yates, Addison Veers in the libero, Kinsey Atkins in the back row for the Big Blue Slam as Jones gets ready to send this one away and get this third set started. Atkins answers on the return. Madeline Dahl tries to catch him off and she'll dump it across. Feast comes from the out-of-bounds line, drops it in. Lena Dahl with a nice play. Sheedy back across. Atkins couldn't quite get a piece of it. And the Pilgrims start off with that lead. And those opening 2 sets, whoever had the lead first won that set. Let's see what happens here in the third. Jones back to serve. Back row, Atkins pulls away. Nice play there by Kinsey Atkins, calling it out. As Madeline Dahl goes back to service, we're knotted up at 1. Dahl now back to serve. Strong hit to the back row, and that one goes out of bounds. Nice patience by that Plymouth back row. As Christie now will check in for Feast, and she'll go back to serve. Christie with a pair of aces there in that second set. Put her team on a 4-0 run. She'll step into this one. Kinsey Atkins on the return. Dahl couldn't quite track it down. A 2-point swing here for the Pilgrims. As Christie looks to add 3. And she'll get an ace on that one. I'll count that last one, so 4 aces on the night for her and make that 7 for Plymouth. I could be wrong too. Christie goes back row, Atkins answers. Madeline Dahl up to Addison Veers, swings through, bounces off the net, and the Big Blue Slam back on the board. So Maya Davis will check in. She had a couple big points there in that second set. As Lena Dahl now back to serve. Sheedy tips it across. Feldman answers. Lena Dahl now. Addison Veers gets it across. Delp up to the front line. Sheedy setting up Fig. Swings through. Kill shot. As that one goes up into the bleachers. Strong hit from her. As Holton goes back to serve that 3-point lead. Holton sends it across. Couldn't quite clear the net. So Trojans earn a point there as Jolie Groves now checking in. Groves back across. Winkle answered. Delp couldn't quite pull it away from the net. 1 point ball game for Jolie Groves, back-to-back serves. Couldn't quite clear it there. She was just trying to get it to just graze the top of the net. As Jaden Barron now will check in and go along the front row. Sheedy now, one of 3 seniors, talented trio for Plymouth, as she'll send it across. And they couldn't quite run it down. There's Triton 6 seniors on their roster with Lauren Snyder, Taryn Yates, Jolie Groves, Madeline Dahl, tail end, and Justice Kinninger. Sheedy circles the back row, setting up Addison Veers. Swings through. Addison Veers with a kill shot. Both of her older sisters in attendance tonight with Abby and Alexa across there. Of course, the 6th grade and the Milton 2 junior high teams we're recognizing between the 2 matches here tonight. Fig swings through the block, but nice job by Veers to keep it alive. But a heads-up play by Delp as she sends it back across. So a nice play by Addison Veers. Reached out and stabbed that one across. And Plymouth was ready. As Kramer now back to serve. The lefty swings it across. And an ace for her. Kramer now back to serve. She'll send that one across. Dahl up to Yates. Yates swings through, drops it in, and Triton back on the board. Back and forth as we go here. As Plymouth still holding on to that lead. As Lena Dahl checks in with Kinsey Atkins back to serve it away. Atkins with the ace. Atkins back again. Goes back row, Fig on the answer. Sheedy sets up, Delp. Yates comes in and drops it across. As Triton draws within 1. Atkins couldn't quite clear it. Plymouth now hits double digits. The Delp back now to serve it away. Yates couldn't quite bring it back in. Delp to go again. Kinsey Atkins tries to keep it alive and couldn't quite get it.
I'm back.
Say you were up and down and everything else over there.
Well, I made that schedule again with the football player behind it.
Oh, way to go. Yates now drops it through the block. And she'll go back to serve with Morgan Feldman checking in on the front line. And Jones checking in the libero spot there for Plymouth. She'll rotate in. Yates steps in. Think anybody time to get set up. Feldman up. Madeline Dahl couldn't quite clear the net. Blocked up front by Plymouth. Feast back across. Sheedy sets up Holton. She'll swing through. Kill shot. Nice adjustment there by Plymouth. This is a good recovery. Triton not going away on that point. Good job, good effort by them as well. As Jones now back across. Gets set to go back across. Yates, that one's high. Kinsey Atkins runs it down. And Addison veers back across and Delp's there to answer. Shooty sets up Holton, swings through. Yates kid, man, couldn't get it to stop. Plymouth on a run here. Jones looks to go again. Just clears the net and another ace. And a timeout for Coach Evelyn as he tries to refocus in the crew here.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Oh, sorry about that. I think.
As Jones goes back to serve, leading here 15-9. Atkins answers. Madeline Dahl setting up Lena Dahl. The block strong by Plymouth up front. Dahl sends it back across. Sheedy drops it into an empty spot here in the corners. Yates couldn't quite get there to make the play. As the lead up to 7 now for Plymouth. Feldman pulls it back in, and Kinsey Atkins will get it back across. Jones now. Sheedy sets up Holton. Throws it down. Jones to go again. Madeline Dahl sets up Aston Veers, who sets it across those back corner. Fig is the answer. Sheedy plays away from the net, and a kill shot for Holton back to back. Lena Dahl, nice heads up play there to keep it alive. Sheedy drops it across, empty's found, another empty spot in the zone. Triton spaced out. As Coach Evelyn communicating to his group along the floor.
You know what's on TV tonight, right?
Oh, golly.
Your wife would know.
Oh, she would know. Her husband, I'm not allowed to watch. Apparently my comments are not welcome. Holton, kill shot. Though I told her, I said, you know, I can mimic that guy's voice. I only do that at home. I don't do that for public audiences. But I said, hey, if that guy can do it, I can surely do it. Jones is sort of back across as they've mounted a huge run here in this third set. Holton sent that one back across. Sheedy tips it across. I think we're going to get she's going to cross into the net. Third violation on the evening for Plymouth.
It's the Big Brother finale.
Yeah. Maybe is that why? I don't know. Hopefully she didn't rush it. That's why she was rushing the projects. As the two officials have a word. As they're gonna call it a replay on the.
We had one of those last night.
On the point. Gonna pull away from the violation. I couldn't watch. A little busy. A couple projects. Yates up as Madeline Dahl puts it back into play as Lena Dahl adjusts and sends it across. Sheedy drops in Morgan Feldman with a nice play. Lena Dahl hits it through and Triton sees double digits. Dahl to go again. Couldn't quite clear. Christie now will check in. She's had the hot hand. She's accounted for most of the aces on the evening for Plymouth. So the freshman goes again. Kinsey Atkins to answer. Addison Veers couldn't quite clear. I'm going to say it was tipped. And Triton gets the point as Lena Dahl goes back. Maya Davis checking in. Couldn't quite tell if it hit the net or if someone tipped it. Lena Dahl goes back rows. Winkle had to adjust for that one. Delp hits it across. Lena Dahl with the heads-up play. Morgan Feldman trying to get it back. Sheedy sets up Fig. Kill shot. Holton to serve now as they're now 3 points away. Delp swings into it. Jones goes across. Dahl sending up Addison Veers who had to adjust. Sheedy. Delp. Too strong. As Jolie Groves now will check in for Morgan Feldman. Groves back across. Sheedy up, trying to disguise it for Fig. Well played along the front line there for Plymouth as they're now 2 points away. Sheedy now to serve, tries to gently serve it across. She'll rotate up, sets up Holton, who hits beyond the attack line. Dahl goes up close as Veers gets it across. And Jones now will check in as Addison Veers back to serve it away. Looking to cut into that Plymouth lead here in his third set. Sheedy rotates. As Delp gets it across. Addison Veers setting up Yates, cross court. Goes back row, Winkle with a heads up play to keep it alive. Fig now, tips it across. Triton not going away. Barron got it across. Addison Veers now. Sets up Kinsey Atkins, goes back row. Sheedy, Fig. Out of bounds. As Triton lives to fight for another point. Addison Veers now back to serve. Veers goes across, that one just over the net. Triton rotates a little late there as Kinsey Atkins sends it across. Sheedy, Delp. Yates. Sheedy with the heads up play, and Plymouth couldn't quite play it off the net. Triton on a big run here. Jones pulls that one up off the hardwood. It's Kinsey Atkins. Yates drops it in. Sheedy kept it alive. Fig back up. Barron back across. Veers goes back row. Winkle with another big play. Fig Out of bounds. The Trojans live to see another point. As Winkle has given up her body now 3 times tonight to keep a ball alive in an attempt to keep it going. Give that young lady a hand. Addison Veers back row. Fig brings it back into play. And a strong hit by Delp, setting up the set point now for Plymouth. So that'll send Mila Kramer back to serve it away. A chance to go up 2-1 here on this serve. Atkins answers, and that'll do it for the third set. Plymouth wins 25-16. Of course, as we said, as Orion was working on the schedule, gotta let you get your hard work put up there on the screen, you know.
There we go. Now it's too small for me to read.
Well, I can't help you there.
Well, and it's not the full schedule. We're missing our tourney opponents from the Bremen tourney on there, but we went 1-2 at Bremen.
There's some tough competition up there.
Beat Bremen and lost to Wawasee and
Culver
Military.
Yep.
Then that schedule doesn't have Saturday schedule on it, which is the Dunes tourney at there at LaPorte, I believe, the Dunes complex. And then we finish off the conference next Tuesday against Caston. Now that's at Caston. And finish out the regular season at South Central on Thursday. There's a band concert that night. I got to flip a coin.
Oh, hey. We'll see how busy we are next week.
It's usually a good time to go up there to South Central.
It's usually a pretty good game up there, South Central. And Caston, another team in the conference playing extremely well. We saw them at the Triton tournament. They have a 4-1 record in the conference.
Of course, we had that 10-win. Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't be right. Yeah. I had an 11-win win streak if you count that Bremen game that's not on the schedule, I believe.
Yep.
Does that sound right?
I think you're right. I don't have that figure in front of me. Yeah, so the season felt like it went really fast this year.
Yeah.
Went really fast. So in Plymouth, of course, they're in action tonight.
What's our sectional look like? We're probably pretty favored in our sectional.
I think so. I think, I'm pretty sure they played pretty well everybody we've seen in our sectional. And, Triton, the defending sectional champions, graduated a big class a season ago. And, they look to add back to it here. But there's still some pretty tough opponents over there in that sectional. I had that wrote down, but
I can look it up.
Let you do that. Well, you're the master of information. We'll let you look that one up.
They seem to change the opponents every year, and I can't keep them straight.
Well, it's not like I can go into Huddle or John Harrell and look it up pretty quick. Oh, boy. So Plymouth leads here 2-1, winning that opening set 25-21. Then Triton answered right back with a strong second set, winning 25-16. And that last set, you saw Plymouth open up that lead and never gave it back. 25-16 was the end of that one.
And we got Argus. I think we beat them twice. We got Culver. We beat them twice.
Yep.
We have not faced lacrosse.
Oh, I forgot about lacrosse.
I think we beat Oregon Davis twice. And West Central, we have not played. And then there's us.
So, yeah. So, but like I said, there's still some tough teams. That Culver team can really rally. Argus, well coached. And you see, lacrosse, we haven't seen them yet. And, Oregon Davis has some strong hitters on their team as well. So can't quite count anybody out. Anybody can go on a run in postseason. So Madeline Dahl gets ready to get this fourth set underway. Looking back to equalize and force a fifth set. Sheedy sets up Holton. Kinsey Atkins answers. Yates. Atkins tracks it down and gets it across. Holton. Sheedy setting up Holton again. Swings through. Yates, and they couldn't quite recover. As Kinsey went flying to the sideline there, almost scared the 2-2 off Tony. There we go. I got to use it.
Yep, those schools are right. Sectional 50.
Yates now. Veer's got it across. Fig winds up and drops it in with authority. It's the talented trio of seniors along the front line now for Plymouth. Christie goes across. Dahl setting up Addison Veers. Swings through, blocked strong, but it goes out of bounds. It's Maya Davis now checking in. Lena Dahl goes it again. Sheedy sets up Holton, goes through. Dahl keeps it alive. Fig winds up, blocks not strong enough up front. And Plymouth back on the board. Holt goes back to serve. Addison Veers mistimed the jump. Early on her approach there, couldn't quite adjust back to get a hold of that one. So Plymouth opens up with a 3-point lead here in this fourth set. Yates there to answer. Triton rotates around with Kinsey Atkins. Cleared up the empty space as Feldman swings through the block. As Jolie Grosnow will check in for Morgan Feldman. 4-2's our score. Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. It's Triton with their final regular season home game of the year. It's pink out night. Strong hit. Atkins couldn't quite keep it alive. As Sheedy now goes back to serve. Groves with a nice play. Madeline Dahl playing it close for Yates, who goes through, and the kill shot for Taryn Yates. Addison Veers back to serve. Delp answers. Sheedy sets up Barron. McKenzie Atkins there to keep it alive. That one drops across but out of bounds. As Feast will check in, as will Kramer, who goes back to serve. Kramer to go. Too strong, out of bounds. Fig now checks in for Kramer. She'll go in the back row with Delp and Jones. Feast, Sheedy, and Barron along the front line for Plymouth. Atkins serves it across. Fig swings into the net. Madeline and Lena Dahl on the front line with Taryn Yates. With Jolie Groves, Addison Veers, and Kinsey Atkins, who goes back to serve on the back line for the Trojans. Atkins swings through. Couldn't quite get it to clear the net. 2-point ball game. Holton checks in as Delp goes back to serve. She gets the sign from coach. Serves, drops it. Jolie Groves with a nice adjustment. Lena Dahl tracks it down, drops it in. Lena Dahl with a nice play there. 1-point ball game as Morgan Feldman now checking in as Taryn Yates goes back to serve. Sends a strike but couldn't quite. It's Triton. Third time here in this set going into the net. As Lauren Snyder now checking in. As she'll go to the back row with Yates and Atkins. Jones, the libero for Plymouth, back to serve. Sends it across. Atkins now answers. Madeline Dahl setting up Morgan Feldman, drops it across. Feast there to answer. Atkins now to the front line. Dahl dumps it across. Plymouth has a chance to answer right back, and Sheedy gets it across. Atkins again with another heads-up play. As they go back row, no one's home for Triton. Jones to go again. Atkins answers, and Jones couldn't quite answer back. A ball that looked to be long. She trying to bring it back into play, and Triton now back on the board, trailing by 2. Trying to force a 5th set here at home. Dahl goes across now and paints the line. It's Madeline very accurate. That one hit smack dab right on the line. She goes again. Sheedy brings it back into play as Delp hits it from beyond the attack line. Nice job by her, but not swinging. Kind of adjusted her swing as the back row couldn't quite pull up to that one. Evelyn coaching up his libero over there as Chrissy now goes to serve for Plymouth. Dahl up to Veers, swings through, too strong. Christy now goes to serve. Back to Yates. Dahl setting up Kinsey Atkins. Yates with a nice effort. Veers back across. Delp now. Sheedy sets up Holton. Swings to the block. Triton couldn't quite send it back. Twelve to 8 is our score. Plymouth currently in the driver's seat, but Triton not backing down. Sheedy back up. Here comes Holton. Tips it across the finesse shot. Madeline Dahl tries to dump it, tries to push him backwards. And Christie had to adjust and sends it out of bounds. As Lena Dahl goes back to serve it now. As Winkle takes a spot here in this near side corner. As she's had several hustle plays here in this one. Morgan Feldman tries to rear back and send it across. But Sheedy's there to make sure it wasn't coming back. 13-9 as Holton back to serve. She couldn't quite. She was trying to just graze the net and drop it in here this near sideline. Tried to push Triton away there. Couldn't quite clear as Groves now back to serve. So Triton hits the double-digit mark. Winkle keeps alive. That one up across the net. Addison Veers patient on that one. Sheedy setting up. Delp. Kill shot. Leads back to 4. As Sheedy now goes back to serve. Barron will go on the front line for Plymouth. Sheedy just grazed the net. Nice patience by Kinsey Atkins. And Yates puts in the corner. Holden couldn't quite rotate across to get a piece of that one. 14-11 now. With Addison Veers back to serve. And the Trojans give up another free point there, 15-11. It's Kramer now back to serve. A free point given up by the Pilgrims. Lena Dahl rotates in as Fig will check in for Kramer. And Kinsey Atkins back to serve. Been times where Kinsey goes back to serve. This team can go on a run. See what she can do here. And there's an ace for Kinsey Atkins. She's had a couple here tonight. 15-12. Atkins tries to pull him here. Sheedy's got to run that one down. Nice effort, but it goes out of bounds. Triton now down by 1. Atkins gets ready to go here. Sets it up, sends it across, and that curveball couldn't quite keep it in play. Leads now to 2.
We haven't led in this set yet, have we?
No. I had to think about that one. No, we have not. We were tied up at 1. We've got within 1. Just haven't quite crossed that threshold yet. Addison Veer's there to answer. Yates goes to the back corner. Sheedy sets up Holton, swings through, too strong. Nice heads up play in the back row by Kinsey Atkins to pull away from that one as Morgan Feldman now checks in with Taryn Yates set. Back to serve, looking to knot it up at 16. Sheedy setting up. Barron, Feldman had to adjust. As Dahl trying to push him. Trying to catch him, trying to find an empty spot on that far sideline. Couldn't quite. Leads back to 2 for Plymouth. We've got a battle here past the midway point in this final stretch here in this 4th set. Yates cross. Sheedy swings hard but couldn't quite clear. Big Blue Slam really needing a run here to force that 5th set. Get that confidence. Madeline Dahl back to serve. Needs a good placement on this one. There's an open spot on this near side. It goes back to Jones. Sheedy gets it across, and Atkins couldn't quite bring it back. Plymouth disguised that well. As Jones played it, but Sheedy had to track it down. Nice play there as Christie goes back to serve. That 2-point lead. As the talented freshman has had quite the night serving. And a point for Plymouth. Who's now 6 points away, leading by 3. So they won sets 1 and 3 here tonight. Triton winning that 2nd set. Dahl goes cross court. Atkins now to the far side corner. Sheedy setting up Fig, swings through. Yates with a nice play. Holton swings through the block. Yates with another nice play. Sheedy now swings through. Dahl answers. Lena Dahl now couldn't quite get it. And a timeout for Coach Evelyn.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Look to be his final push as Plymouth now 5 points away. Triton trailing by 4. Their final regular season home game. Andy here alongside Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. So we're here for Pink Out Night. Final push here. Fears goes back row. Sheedy sets up Fig, swings through and finds an empty spot. 4 points away now for Plymouth.
They're going to take a picture after the game. I'm not sure where they're going to stand, but I might try to go down there and get that.
All right. Christie goes back to the far side corner, and Yates couldn't quite keep it alive. 3 points away now. Hannah Snyder looking to check in. As she'll come in for Yates. Christie now to serve, goes far side. Snyder there and an ace for Plymouth. Now 2 points away. As our neighbors to the west, looking to serve as Christie now back to serve. The talented freshman gets it across. Strong serve back to Yates, and a back-to-back aces for her. And that's going to be match point now with Plymouth. And their talented freshman who's had quite the night serving as Evelyn tries to redirect everybody to hold that final point for one last push. So this will be it for the girls this week until the Dunes tourney on Saturday. And, of course, the boys will be hosting their final home game of the year for football on Friday.
Senior night.
Senior night. Next week, the girls are 2 away games. Final Hoosier North matchup against Caston on Tuesday, and then finishing off the regular season against South Central. So Plymouth a chance here to end it, leading 2-1. As Marley Christie back to serve. Yates now. Dahl going cross court to Veers, who hits it back across. Sheedy up to Holton, swings through, and that'll do it. And Plymouth wins here 3-1, 25-16 in the last 2 sets. And winning that opening one 25-21. We're going to have some pictures, but that'll do it up here for us as Triton falls 17-8 on the season, and Plymouth improves to 17-6. As Orion heads down to take a picture, we're going to hang it up here, and we'll have the picture up here for the stream just for a little bit longer. I'm Andrew Harris for the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler. Until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.
Do you remember the high school cheer? 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate?
I do, and the high school teams in our community appreciate all of you. They need to hear your voice, loud and proud, more than ever before.
They need your enthusiasm. They need your attendance at their games and meets. And they need for you to follow virus protocols, get a flu shot, so that they can have a great year.
Your positive, supportive voice is appreciated more than you know. I'm Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Sandra Walter. We're both assistant commissioners at the IHSAA. Thank you again for your enthusiastic support of high school sports.
This is passion. This is enthusiasm. This is community pride. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.